One second, guys. Let me just get started here. Hello guys, how are you? Welcome to JoeyTLive, Leafs Talk, Life Talk, episode 31. Welcome to episode 31. I can't believe we're on episode 31 right now. Guys, please like and share the video. Tonight's sponsors are otrmeals.com. Guys, best delivery food service in Toronto and all of Ontario for that matter. By Jesse and Joe Realtors. We got Metalogics, Vivo Transport, and Joey at jtmoney.ca for all your mortgage needs. That's for myself, 416-553-5639. Guys, I have a lot to talk about today. Feel free to ask any questions you want. We got some special guests calling in tonight. It's going to be a great show. Thank you everybody for coming. Guys, I will also want to get into, I'll be starting pretty much my new show. It'll be starting next week. It's basically, I'll be calling my life show. So it's JoeyTLive Leaf Talk, and there's Life Talk. So every week I'll be interviewing someone in the community, whether real estate agents, restaurant owners, artists, musicians. I pretty much want to do something a little bit different than Leaf Talk and give a little bit of a talk show perspective on what's going on in the city. I think it's going to be fantastic. Okay, Mike Spataro, David, welcome to the show. I also will be having my own story coming out pretty soon, guys. It's about my 4-year battle with pretty much all the crap I went through with my neck. I don't want to get into a lot right now, but it's going to be a good story that means a lot to me, and it's about, you name it, mental health, depression, anxiety, phobias, coming over a situation that I went through, and how far I came over the 4 years. It's called Tira Avante, Push Forward, and that's what the story is going to be called. Okay, guys, the Maple Leafs. Wow, where do I start? Leafs, the first game, I was so pumped before that game, guys. I bought tickets. Julie DiBattista, welcome to the show. Guys, I bought tickets online. I swear to God, MLSEs, they're only looking for the people that didn't sink with the Titanic. Guys, only the rich people can go to these games these days. I can't believe lower bowl, you're looking at cheapest seat, probably $650. Upper bowl, you're starting at $350 for the Purples. It's getting pretty scary. If you got a family of 5, it's either you go to Disney with them or you take 2 of them to the Leaf game, and 3 of them are going to be mad at you. So you got no choice but to spend a lot of money when you go to the Leafs game. But I got tickets for Monday. I was so pumped up. I couldn't even work at my mortgage job. I was so excited for the first game Thursday night. The Leafs came out and they lost 5-1. Man, that game was tough to watch. It was 1-1. Hyman scored a beautiful goal. I thought we had them on the ropes for about 15 minutes after that, and then they all fell apart. It was, I don't know how to explain it. I'm going to get into who should have been in the lineup, who shouldn't have been in the lineup, but that game there, Boston looked really strong. Their players showed up. Marchand, Bergeron, Chewbacca on defense. He looked, again, 40 years old. He's got to reach like a lawnmower. I don't know how he could cover so much ice. He's 40 years old and he's still kicking. Kadri got a scary hit where, I was hoping the guy wasn't hurt, but at the same time, like I said in my last Instagram post, I was hoping that he was eating dinner through a straw, because 3 games is for your number 2 center, your shutdown line. That took the heart right out of our team. And Matthews in the first game, I love him to death, Mateo, but Bergeron really held him pretty good. Marner played actually pretty good. JVR was not even there. The defense was pretty bad. Anderson, you can't really blame him, but he had 40 shots on net on him, and he let in 5 goals. So Anderson, again, you can't win a playoff game, first of all, giving up 40 shots and letting in 5 goals. Okay, guys? Second game, my God, I didn't know. I was so pumped up before this game. I thought they were going to come out flying. They lost 7-3. They were down 4-0, I think, by the first period. I did not like the lines that Babcock put out there. Babcock's one of the best coaches in the world. He's won a Stanley Cup, 2 gold medals, but I think he's being out-coached right now. And I know he's making $8 million, and Lou Lamoriello, I'm starting to see a little bit of mistakes, and again, no one's perfect, but Lou bringing Plekanec, not a good choice. I think Dominic Moore will do a lot better in the playoffs than someone like Plekanec. Like, I think he's a spy from Montreal. I feel like sending him back to the Bonanotte and tell him to go have dinner there with my good friends at Mass and everyone, Vito, Tony, whatever you want to call him. He should take his turtlenecks and get out of town, because what has that guy done besides shave his goatee before he started? Like, he has done nothing for the Maple Leafs, guys. So these are my options right here. I have a must-go list. The 3 people that shouldn't be in the lineup right now are Leo Komarov, Zaitsev, and Polak. Those 3 must go. Boston is really exposing those 3 guys. 3 guys that need to wake up tonight or tomorrow morning and change their lives in the way they're thinking is Nylander, Mateo. You're the best player on our team. I know Bergeron's good, but you got a toe drag like I've never seen in my life. Step it up, kid. And JVR, listen, you want a big contract. You scored 36 goals. That's fantastic. But JVR, like, you got to do more than just park yourself in front of net. You're not a pylon. Best player in the first 2 games, I'm going to have to go with Hyman. Hyman's been our best player, and that's a bad thing when Hyman's our best player, because he's one of our role players, but he shouldn't be the best player. So, guys, I'm going to give a call in to one of my sidekicks here. Oh, we got someone in the house right now. I think my front door just opened. Coles, can you come over here, please? His name is Pat, guys. I'm going to just set him up over here. You're right over here, big guy. Sorry, guys. I just have one of our secret admirers that came in. His name is Pat. Come have a seat right over here. Microphone's over there. He doesn't want to be shown because this guy's a 10 out of 10. He works for NASA because he's a rocket, guys. So welcome to the show, Pat. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Well, you got to come more to the to the actual thing there, buddy. There you go. Speak into it.
Hello.
Hey, how are you, Pat? So, Pat, I've been talking to the audience right now. Right now, there's millions and millions of people watching. And I went over our great sponsors like Metalogic, who buy in scrap metal. They're the best in the business. Pat, you should get to know them really well. They're one of our sponsors. They're fantastic. But, Pat, what I wanted to get into right now is 3 guys that must go in the lineup are Leo, Zaitsev, and Polak. Do you agree with that?
That must go. I agree.
I think Boston's exposing them, and it's really bad seeing Leo get torn apart. The 3 players that need to wake up, Pat, are Nylander, Mateo, and JVR. Do you agree?
Definitely Matthews.
Matthews is our best player. Would you say he's like a Kopitar from LA? I know you like LA a lot, Pat. So, wouldn't you compare him to a Kopitar?
Yeah, absolutely. But at the end of the day, where we're supposed to be, down 2-0 on the road, we come back, we win 1 game, and we're right back into the mix. And Babcock's worth $50 million. We lose that
Listen,
one
Pat,
game.
you're making it sound a little too easy over here, Pat. You'll just stroll into my house without knocking and start coming up with these quotes, Pat. But listen, the best player in the last 2 games, and it's a bad thing, is Hyman. Hyman, it shouldn't be our best player on the ice in the first 2 games.
No, but he's got speed, so he's keeping up.
At least he's working hard. I'm going to go over Babcock's mistakes. And again, you have a great hockey knowledge, and I want to pick at your brain a bit. Leo on the first line. I think he has hands of stone. It's like my dad trying to pet a rabbit. It's not someone you want to pet the rabbit. And putting him on a line with Mateo that's been not playing too good, do you think that's going to help Matthews with Leo?
No, you're right. He's got the touch of a bricklayer.
He's got a touch of an elephant.
Should be on the 3rd line.
3rd line, or maybe on the 5th line in the press box.
Yeah.
Okay. So another thing, Polak is too damn slow to be on defense against the Boston Bruins. Martian is eating him up through his legs. Polak, he should be your 7th defenseman if someone burst their appendix or something. That's the only reason why he should be playing. True or false?
Sure, he should be getting 5-6 minutes a game.
If that.
Giving some guys some
If
rest.
that. And I swear to God,
Heaven forbid the Leafs are able to tie a game, take it to overtime, you
Yeah.
can give somebody 20 seconds of rest.
Do you also agree that we need Martin, a.k.a. Brad Pitt, on the 4th line going into Game 3?
It would be a change of scenery for the team in the change room there. I think it would definitely help. At this point, you might as well try anything.
If you're going to put Leo on the first line to help Matthews and Nylander to add some grit, why not? And I'm going to go into the lines I think that should be put together. Why not put Martin on the 4th line and let him bang people around for a couple of minutes? 7-8 minutes. That's all he's got to do. And Plekanec, I hope he chokes on his turtleneck because he should not be the 4th line center. I know Dominic Moore is a paisan of yours, Pat. and he should be back on the fourth line. The guy produces in the playoffs.
Absolutely. We became good friends up on Anota when I was the owner there.
I remember that. Yes, you were actually, Pat. You were well known in the city, and God bless you for that. So bring back Dominic Moore, Martin on the fourth line, and I'm gonna go through my lines, which I think should be playing tomorrow night. Okay, I had to sell a lot of blood to go to this game, Pat, and you know my situation. Okay, starting the show, and one thing, guys, I got T-shirts now. You know you made it big when you have these, and I'm also selling. Before the Leafs get knocked out of the playoffs, Mateo versus everybody, guys.
They'll still be good for next year.
They'll still be good. Mateo's gonna be around for 8 years. $24.99. Say Pat's name, you get 50 cents off. Okay, guys. I'm serious. Large, medium, small. Okay, let's get back into the line. So, Pat, I'm thinking on the first line. If Boston's gonna go fierce in the first line, why can't the Leafs just go line for line? Screw matchups. You go Nylander, Mateo, Marner. Second line, you're going to go Hyman, Marlowe, and Kapanen. Third line, you go Brown, Bozak, JVR. Fourth line, the guy that looks like the mask, Johansson, Dominic Moore, and Matt Martin.
Yeah, I'd like to see JVR up on the second line.
Second line, okay. So we got the same lines. Yeah. Whoever jumps over the board first or second, we're pretty much.
But I agree with going heavy in your top two lines. You know, roll them hard. You know, you want to play your big boys more of the minutes in the playoffs here.
At this point, Pat, you're down 2 games. You can't. Whatever Babcock did in the first 2 games, he got outcoached. Let's call a spade a spade. He's making $8 million a year. He didn't call the replay on the offside of Marchand's goal. His matchups have been terrible. And at the end of the day, Charlie's asking right now. I don't know, Pat, if you know Charlie Kalura, a good friend of mine. He's probably on a crane right now. Do those V-necks come in Pat's size? Yes, Charlie, they actually do come in Pat's size, and we're actually going to put one big JoeyTLive Leaf Talk t-shirt on one of Charlie's cranes out there tomorrow morning. That's actually how he's going to get the next person that climbs his crane as a parachute to come down. So, good question, Charlie. Way to stick to hockey. But another question I was dying to ask you, Pat. You're a big fan of the LA Kings. Your buddy over there, your paisan, Doughty, He gave an elbow to someone's temple, pretty much cleaned his clock, and he got 1 game, which I was really surprised. I doubt he's the best defenseman in the world. The fact that he got 1 game. Then you got our man, our Lebanese assassin, that came into the boards and literally Silvio'd the guy to the head. Did you agree with his 3-game suspension?
I think. Okay, let's start off. Doughty, I don't agree with the 1 game there. I think he led with the shoulder. Maybe a fine if it's the playoffs. We gotta remember. It's
I agreed. And usually,
it's the playoffs. The guy wasn't hurt. Got up, played the rest of the game. There wasn't even a penalty called.
I thought it was pretty harsh. 1 game on Doughty was harsh.
You want to give him a fine. I think that would suffice.
How did you feel? Maybe a 5 in that game. Is that fair to say? Get him up
for Doughty
for the first game. Like that, after that hit, he gets a 5 in a game, gets kicked out, but he's not suspended. If you do
that, then he's probably gonna get suspended. But there's not even a penalty there. I think a fine would suffice. It is the playoffs. Who is it? Peros, who's in charge of discipline now?
I don't actually know who's in charge. I remember Shanahan actually used to be in charge for the longest time.
I think it's Peros. I think, Kadri was warranted. 3 games is a bit steep.
That was, because 3 games in the playoffs is considered 7 or 8 in the regular season.
Yeah, 3 games is a bit steep. Yeah, he is a reoffender. Maybe...
3 was
playoffs.
2, I was thinking 2.
Every game is huge. Every game is huge. 2 I would agree with.
2 I would agree with, because in a 7-game series, he's missing he is pretty much 50% of the series. If it goes 4, we might not see him again, right? We have a question, Pat, from Julian Russo. Would probably rather have Carrick come in for Hainsey, who is too slow. I actually agree with you there, Julian. Hainsey, you got to remember, he was the 7th best defenseman on Pittsburgh when they won the Stanley Cup. And he's our 1st and 2nd defenseman here with the Leafs. The thing that Babcock did say 2-3 years ago, it's a 5-year plan. We can't jump hurdles here before we learn how to play. Look at our defense. I don't even know how we got to 105 points, Pat, with this team now. Look at them getting exposed in the playoffs. They have a lot of talent, but in the playoffs, it's a different ball game. People get shut down. Nylander looks like he's never played hockey right now. I haven't seen anything. So, this is another question for you, Pat. Or the Zaitsev who won the Masters with the -6 last night. Julian's a funny guy here. Martin does nothing for you. At least Carrick can benefit from the lineup with the physicality. So,
are these two?
Sorry?
What?
There's one big question.
Go ahead.
So basically what Julian's trying to say, he would rather have Carrick in for Hainsey, who's a lot too slow, but Babcock loves Hainsey. Hainsey does all the penalty killing, and they've scored, 75 power play goals so far in the 2 games? So Hainsey's not working right now. He either even said Zaitsev, who won the Masters with a -6, because Zaitsev is playing defense I don't know, I can't explain how bad.
He's had a bad year.
He's had a bad year, and we got 6 more years of that chump because they signed him for 7 years of 4.5. And Martin does nothing for you. So,
who's doing anything for us in the first 2 games?
You know what I mean? So if you're thinking, Julian, I disagree with you on the Martin part, because Leo right now, he's got to go back to Finland and just go on the beach with Solani because he's not really doing anything for us. We got Kevin Medeiros in the house. Matthew at home. Will it help it get going? Listen, Pat, Kevin, I really believe in the ACC tomorrow night. You're going to see their best game. Are they going to win? I'm not sure, but you know they're going to come out flying with the crowd behind them, even though the only people that can watch the game have to make $300,000 or more to be in that stadium, because StubHub, I stubbed my toe when I saw the prices on StubHub. Pat, the Bonanotte days, you have to make a lot of cash, Pat, in those 3 years to get these tickets. But back on topic here, Carrick, yes, can he come back in? Yeah, he's a little bit better than Zaitsev, but who's that young guy, Dermont? I always say his name wrong.
The rookie?
The rookie, I keep saying his name wrong. He's got to play more minutes because Polak sucks. He's not a good hockey player.
He's slow. He's not. He's built for the regular season.
He's
maybe
built
for
to
maybe
work
one more year.
in Metalogic's yard. Grab the scrap, put the stuff away, and that's it. At the end of the day,
or drive for Vivo Transport,
and that's it. Or drive a truck or even do the paperwork for By Jesse and Joe. Deliver the food for OTR. That's what Polak should be doing.
Yeah.
And we got Mike Spataro, which is Russell Spataro's dad. Whatever you say, do not blame the ref. No, I don't blame anything on the refs right now. That's all the Leafs.
No, absolutely. You know what? I just want to bring up a point. I heard Babcock put the boys through a tough practice on Friday.
I hope they all puked.
But you know what? Who puts Babcock through the ringer?
You know what?
His coaching decisions.
Great
he just
point.
Goes home and he collects his check, $50 million.
He's got those socks with his face on it. I can't believe I'm talking. This is like me talking about.
You know what? Let's. He's won 1 Stanley Cup.
You're right. I agree.
Won a couple gold medals.
Who made him God? Yep. Who made him God?
Won a couple gold medals. You could have coached
100%. If I got Crosby, Taves,
anybody could have won that.
Nah, you're right. Listen, Babcock, if you're listening out there, I know you watch the show regularly. I didn't even say that word right, but you're not doing your job right now. You're getting out coached by Butch Cassidy. I thought that was a singer. Who's the coach of Boston right now?
I have no idea.
Butch Cassidy. He is getting out coached. That Marchand line is eating us apart. And what's that guy, Slabberknocker? What's his name? That's got 7. He had 6 points last night. Can someone put an elbow in his chest, Pat?
Ask Julian if Matt Martin can do that.
Hey, Julian, I don't know if you're out there, Julian Russo, but can Matt Martin put an elbow in Plakernick's chest over there? Because it looks like no one on another team can, or our team. Doesn't look like anyone's roughing him up. I feel so sorry for Martin. He's getting dry humped on the boards every time he goes in the corners. You see him there? Have you been watching the game, Pat? Wake up, Pat. Pat right now just dozed off.
Shaking my head.
We got Massimo Leo saying it's like men against the boys. I know how you feel, Mass. That's how I feel like when I hit the bars at night, competing against other gentlemen. It's a cakewalk for the kid right here. And don't forget,
I love the viewers. It's like it reminds me back of the 590 days when everybody from Woodbridge was calling in. Ty Domi was the best. I like it.
I like the viewers where they're coming from now, guys. Massimo Leo's having a great time. Leafs look like a junior team. That's pretty much what Kevin Medeiros is calling out the Leafs. He has every right. We got Shaw, RT saying, we got this, Leaf got this. Listen, Shaw, I agree. I want them to win. I'm going tomorrow. They have to play the best game of the season. Like Pat said over here, who doesn't want to be on camera because he's fighting a speeding ticket right now. We need the best game for Matthews. If Matthews wants to be a star tomorrow night, he needs not to put up points, but he's got to have his best game of the season. Whether that's dishing off the puck, he's got to start hitting too. He's a big boy, 6'4".
We need let's start. Let's get the first goal tomorrow night of the game.
Yes, because if Boston scores first,
Boston scores first, takes the fans out of the game. We need the first goal tomorrow night. Get everybody into it. Get the fans behind the team. Keep them going. Maybe that'll give them a little bit of a push. we really need to win tomorrow night's
No,
game.
no.
Obviously, I'm not a scientist here.
I know you're good at mathematics, and you got
I
to
serve drinks, but at the end of the day, everybody knows.
Listen, Pat, that's a good. See, Pat's got knowledge, guys. Pat just said that the Leafs need to win tomorrow. It's a no-brainer there, but he came up big with that solution. The Leafs have to win, and if they don't win, obviously the series is over. In my gut, do they have a little bit left in them to win 4? Do you think, Pat, they can win 4 of the next 6 games?
We're not taking Boston. I would have said that even before the series started. I did say that before the series started. It'd be nice to see us take them to, a strong 6 games. 7 would be great. It would show our progress. 4, 5 games, we'd feel like we're regressing.
Now, Pat, how shocked would you be if they went back to Boston split 2-2?
Oh.
Because then it's anyone's game.
Then, like I said, we win the first game. We win. Right now, we're where we're supposed to be. Down 2-0, coming back home. That's where we're supposed to be. But it's the fashion in which we lost.
Yeah, we got slapped around. It was basically, they looked like the Marlies were playing the Boston Bruins. Let's see if we got Wonder Boy in the house if he answers the phone, aka Nicolee.
Hello?
Wonder Boy, what's going on, buddy?
Nothing much. Just at home. What about you?
Not much. I'm just here with my good friend over here, Pat, aka Nicky G. Pat, Nicky G. So, Nicky G, Nicky E, what are you up to, buddy? How's everything?
Everything's good. Stuck inside is a storm.
Yeah, I felt your pain this morning when I talked to you, Wonder Boy. How did you feel about the first 2 games? What did you see that needs to be different? What did you see that needs to go? How did you feel about the first 2 games, Wonder Boy?
The first 2 games, utter disappointment.
Utter disappointment. Is it almost like York University being on strike right now? Do you have that same feeling of your university being on strike right now, paying for all those books and you can't use them?
Oh, yeah. And then yesterday I had an exam. I get there. It's canceled.
You know what you could do with those books? You could give those books to Nanda Mary so she could reach the cupboards and get the glasses in the top cupboards. Because that little ladder scares me when we see Nanda Mary go up there and try to get the cups for Luke. But you're right. I got a question for you. The Leafs are a skating team that use their speed to open ice and create speed. Paulo Santa Maria. Playoff hockey, everything tightens up. Last night, a lot of shots were coming from the outside, Wonder Boy, where it was easy for Rask. Babcock, I think, had a lot of the blame and doesn't make changes needed. They need to park JVR in front of the net. How do you feel about that question from Paulo Santa Maria?
I feel like he's right. Like, to me, what I've seen, they do not have clean zone entries. I feel Boston coming to the neutral zone is so easy for them to get into our end, and us just up and chase, and there's nothing we can do.
You know what it is too, Wonder Boy, and I know how much you hate him, Jake the Snake Gardner over there. He can't get the puck out. Like,
the 3rd goal or 4th?
I think it's every goal, but yeah, there's one play last night he couldn't get it out. Like, I think someone like Martin in the change room's got to slide him down the hallway and show him that's to get the garbage out. You got to just throw it down. You just got to get it out. You're getting paid $5 million. You should learn, right, Pat, to get the puck out of your end.
100% off the glass, off the boards.
Off the glass, off the guy's ribs.
Like Donnie C, Don Sherry, he always says it. He's
off the glass, off the freaking glass. Wonder Boy. And I heard actually through the grapevine that they are putting a big line together for tomorrow's night. These are the lineups I have. Me and Pat, aka Nicky GC, we agreed on one of them. The only thing we disagreed was JVR being on the second line. But the lines I would go, and I would love your input, Wonder Boys. Nylander, Mateo, Marner, Brown, Bozak, JVR, Hyman, Marlowe, Kapanen, Johansson, that looks like the mass Jim Carrey, Moore, and Martin on your 4th line.
Oh, no Plekanec.
No, Plekanec's got to go back to Montreal. Hop on the 404, wait for the Formula 1 race, and just cheer for Ferrari. That's the only thing he needs to be doing. You know, we got Pat taking phone calls here.
I love it.
Yeah.
They all got drafted.
Somebody asking for a guest list for Buonanotte.
What were you saying, Wonder Boy? Sorry, Pat's getting a little ahead of himself over here. What'd you say?
I love that first line you put together.
Yeah, you have...
They got drafted, all 3 of them to play together, and now it's time to come. They got to show it.
Absolutely, and you got Martian, Bergeron, and Placernacker over there. They're killing us. Why can't we start? Let them worry about us. Why do we got to worry about them? You know?
They just got to work harder on the defensive end, though.
It's it's not even the defensive Wonder Boy. I'm thinking when you're at home, you get the matchup now. You get to go first. You go fierce with that first line. Throw all your best players out there. You're down 2-0, Wonder Boy. You can't be playing matchup games now. You got to go for gold. You have to.
Yeah.
So those are the lines. The 3 players that I think must not play tomorrow night, Wonder Boy, and I want to know if you agree, is Leo Komarov, Zaitsev, and Polak.
Leo Komarov, well, he's injured. I don't want him playing anyways. I don't want to see him on the ice.
No.
Babcock puts him to the first line when we are down 4-0. Like, why?
He actually started the game with Leo on the first line, which I disagreed with. And, you know, Matthews needs an offensive spark. You don't put someone with block hands to help him out. Doesn't make sense.
I know.
Zaitsev, wow, I forgot he was even on our team till last night, and he played
I
like
like to add Gardner to that, too.
Yeah, but then we have no defenseman, Wonder Boy. We got to leave some. You bring in Carrick, and you give more minutes to the young kid over there. And Hainsey...
Woodman and Lindgren, let's bring them up.
Yeah, you know what? We need a change. I totally agree with you. The 3 players that need to wake up, and me and Pat over here agreed. Nylander, Mateo needs to be our number 1 player tomorrow night, and JBR. If JBR wants to make $7-8 million and maybe even 9, start scoring some goals in the playoffs, big guy.
But let's remember, you know what? We get a win tomorrow, and we're right back where we're supposed to be in this series. So if the boys wake up, we have a strong effort, everything changes for the next show.
That's a great point, Pat just said, because I would look at it like this. If I was down 2-0, I would pretend that we were, and I won the 3rd game, I'd pretend it was 1-1 and I lost in overtime. So that's the mindset I would go in. We're only down 1 game,
We're
boys.
down 1 game, and the next game's still at home.
Because you know the percentage, though, in a real best-of-7 series, when you lose the first 2 games, it's like you have a 20% chance of winning. But I had a 20% chance of leaving high school, and look at me now. I got my own show. Hair like Tom Cruise. Everything's going. I got Wonder Boy, my nephew. He's on the books right now. Kevin Medeiros says, "Go Leafs, go! Wake up, boys." Kevin finished grade 10 last week. God bless you, Kevin. You're on fire right now. I used to work with Kevin, guys. Only did tricep workouts at the gym. And right now, you can crack walnuts with those triceps. It's disgusting, but guys, he's on fire.
Kevin's wanted us to put Ronaldo on skates.
Yeah, Kevin right now, all he cares about is Portugal, and he was so happy when he scored against Buffon. And listen, I'm a huge soccer legend, but I'm not a big soccer guy in the show. But that penalty shot should not have been a penalty shot against Juventus. And Real Madrid, I think for ratings, they have to go to the finals. Hopefully Roma wins, because yes, I am Italian, I'm a little biased, but Real Madrid's winning that tournament. Do you boys agree?
Well, I know the first leg, Bayern Real, I wanted this leg because 2 good teams head-to-head, and Liverpool, Roma on the other
Yeah,
leg.
you know what, Wonder Boy? I really thought it was going to be the opposite. I didn't think they were going to put Bayern and Madrid against each other. I think Bayern's too old and slow right now. The Ruben and the guy that looks like the hunchback in Notre Dame, what's his name, Ribery? That guy looks like he needs plastic surgery tonight.
And a dentist.
Yeah, Frank Ribery.
And a dentist, yes. He definitely needs a dentist. And I think Madrid's going to win it. What do you guys feel about Toronto FC playing against the Mexican team, who I heard is actually the 3rd worst team out of the 3 Mexican teams that were in the CONCACAF? We'll start off with Pat.
Well, should be interesting. They rested everybody this weekend.
I saw they lost against the Colorado Avalanche B team, yeah.
Yeah. Surprising, but they played Drew Moore. I don't understand.
Well, like you said, they're resting everybody.
Yeah, but Drew Morris, he's the pillar in the fence. When there's anybody you rest that man right there.
You know what? I guess I actually saw Jose out this weekend. I talked to him actually at Saturday night. He said he's getting a lot better. Hopefully, I think they play Tuesday night, guys?
Tuesday night, yeah.
Tuesday night. And again, I've heard this team that they're playing, Chivas, which sounds like a brandy drink, I believe, is actually the worst team out of the 3 Mexican teams.
Well, let's not take anybody lightly. Let's get the win at home, and hopefully we don't concede any away goals. And then we got to head back to Mexico.
Would you or Wonder Boy go to that game Tuesday?
Not in this weather.
As much as I love KFC, there's no shot I want to.
Yeah, you gotta bring me in a bubble like with a heater in it and moose skin all over me. Cause
The only game I want to go to Tuesday is Game 3.
Of what?
Which I do not have tickets for.
Game 3 is actually Monday, Wonder Boy, and I know you haven't been in school in a while, so I guess I'll let that go.
Days off.
Pardon me?
I thought they had 2 days off.
No,
That's in
Wonderboy.
between game 3 and 4.
They actually play Monday, and then they don't play till Thursday. Yes, Pat's right, because Pat's owned a lot of businesses, and you're trying to get into business, but your school shut down. That's not your fault, Wonderboy. You can only do so much. I'll be at the game, Wonderboy, and I know Pat Wonderboy really can't stand when I go to the games without him. Like, he has a lot of passion. I'll never forget Wonderboy, 5 years old. The Islanders versus New Jersey, whoever won the shootout, the Leafs would have got to the playoffs. My man went to the floor, dry humped it, and cried for a half an hour. 5 years old. Didn't care about watching cartoons. He cried because the Maple Leafs are not in the playoffs. He's a real fan. He just doesn't know when they're playing. But you're one of the best fans I've ever seen in my life. I'm so proud of you for how much you love the Toronto Maple Leafs. Wonderboy. We got a question from Mike Spataro. If they don't wake up, you have 3 more Toronto teams to do the talk show. Yes, and let's carry over, guys. I know, Pat, you're a huge basketball fan. You've been dunking, what, since
I feel like
grade 8?
we're doing this show in Calabria.
Pat has been dunking since in grade 8, guys. This is my analogy on the Raptors game. Then you guys, boys, tell me what you think. Okay. The Raptors, if they didn't have that bench last night, they lose that game. Lowry and DeRozan got bailed out. And if there was a regular team with the Pattersons, the T. Rosses, they lose that game big time. Second of all, you can't have your best players sitting on the bench and letting the bench players win you that game. LeBron actually lost today against Indiana by 18. So if Lowry and DeRozan, guys, can actually get their shit together, the Raptors could go far in the East. Do you guys agree? We'll start off with Wonderboy.
Yeah, I feel like if they start getting their shit together, they gotta play more as a team. I feel DeRozan and Lowry are being too individual, and they're going back to their old ways of not sharing the rock. And then when the second line comes on, they make passes, they have lots of assists, and that's when the Raptors take over the game.
That's a great point. The problem is, you're right, Wonderboy. They're doing a lot of ISO, and Casey always seems to go to ISO ball when they're not scoring. And the teams know how to cover DeRozan. Lowry's too small to be driving to the lane. And you're right, when that second unit comes in, Pat, Wonderboy, the Raptors look better as a team. Right now, who's a backup point guard, is probably getting paid $3 million, is looking better than Lowry at $33 million.
Exactly. What did he have yesterday? 18 points?
18 points, and DeRozan wasn't the best player, but the silver lining in this was Ibaka was their best player, and he hasn't had a good game all year. What do you think about this, Pat? How do you feel about the Raptors? And then with LeBron James, is going to have trouble against Indiana. I watched that game.
He's going to have trouble, but at the end of the day, they're probably going to end up going through.
Yeah, I think they're going to go through, but if someone would have told me Indiana would have won game 1, I would have said, nah, I'm going to go with LeBron. And LeBron lost today. So if the Raptors can dispose Washington in 4 and LeBron's got to fight 6-7, because LeBron's playing 45 minutes in the playoffs, guys. Every game.
I don't think we'll beat them in 4. 5 or an easy 6.
6, I think, too. How about Boston? Did you guys see the highlights of that Boston game? Sorry to interrupt. Wow.
That's your show. You do whatever you want.
Well, listen, at the end of the day, Pat, Wonderboy, Boston won with Kyrie Irving. Scary call with the Oladipo over there, or Home Depot against LeBron. So back to what you were saying, Pat. Do you see the Raptors getting out of this first round? So you do.
Yes, they're going to get out of the first round. Washington will probably take 1, if not 2, but it should be an easy 5 or 6 game series for us.
Do you think?
I think Cleveland's gonna. I think Cleveland's
You
gonna
think
wake
Cleveland
up.
will prevail after this, even this loss here tonight?
I think so. Even though it's at home, but again, they're gonna go. We'll see what happens next game.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, they have LeBron.
They got the best player in the world. That guy is unbelievable.
Down 1-0 is not a big deal.
But
the man was down 3-1 in the finals before.
100%. Do you like the fact that if he goes 6-7 and the Raps go 5, he gets a little tired coming into Toronto in game 1?
He doesn't get tired.
He doesn't get tired,
like
Wonderboy. Pat knows. That's a saying that Pat came up with. Mike Spataro, another good point. Always struggling the first game. Wonderboy, this was their first home game win or road game win of the start of the series in 10 tries, I believe. It's finally they got that monkey off their back. But like you said, if it wasn't for the bench, they would have never won that game.
That's right, but we are a team. The bench is included in the team.
He's right.
And you know what? I think management made the call last year to go in this direction, and it's paying off now.
Well,
so we got to be fortunate with what we have, and regardless of who we have on the court, as long as we're winning.
Well, I'm going to give a shout out to Pete Chavila. He wants to see my packs. Pete, this is for you. We used to be roommates with the Woodbridge Striker where I was scoring 60 a year. Here you go, Pete. That's for you. And your shirt's coming in the mail, Pete. Good buddy over there, Pete Chavila. So, guys, again, let's get back. Monday night, huge game. Poor Wonder Boy was going to go to the game Tuesday, and they're not playing Tuesday night. You got Pat right now lying down like a Playboy model on my couch, just reminiscing about the good old days.
I'm burning up there.
What do you guys are predicting the score to be tomorrow night?
I'm feeling a 4-2 win by the Leafs.
4-2 win by the Leafs. Pat, what do you got?
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be a more low-scoring affair than the 7 goals that we've been seeing. Probably 3-2.
You know what? I'm going to go with a 4-3 victory for the Leafs. Pete Chavila, if you're out there, give us your input. Lenny says, F-U-C-K to LeBron. Listen, I agree with you, Lenny. I can't stand him either. He's a freak of nature. He's a big boy. He can do what he wants. But if the Raptors play their card right, guys, they could go to the finals. And with Steph Curry hurt, Houston does not scare me like everyone's talking about. Houston scares me. Golden State healthy scares me. That's it in the West. I'm not afraid of anyone else. I think
How
the
about this
Raptors.
Kawhi Leonard situation?
Kawhi Leonard, I don't know, him and his fake hamstring, I think he really wants out of San Antonio. That's a good point, Pat, because too bad he wasn't playing with the Spurs right now. They would probably kick out the Golden State with Leonard there. They had a different element. We got Peter Chavila saying 3-2 Leafs. Anderson needs to wake up. Yeah, Anderson letting in about 10 goals in his last 2 games. 4-goal Freddy, they're calling him these days. He's playing like Freddy Krueger. He's a nightmare right now, and that was a good line. Even Pat smiled. Wonder Boy, do you think it's Anderson's fault, or do you think it's the defense fault, or a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. Like, you can't blame the goalie entirely, but the Leafs defense got to wake up.
Well, I got a shirt here so you can wake up, Wonder Boy. It's your own personal JoeyTLive shirt with Wonder Boy in the back. I got my Metalogic shirt for one of my sponsors. I'm going to give it to Pat because Pat knows the guys at Metalogics really well. And again, guys, we got Mateo shirts here. Get my nephew back to university, $24.95. He's got to pay for the next semester. I'm trying to help him out here. Mateo versus everybody. 34 Mateo.
They've already went down 5 cents in the
Listen,
show.
listen.
Earlier it's on $24.99. Now they're
Listen,
$24.95.
Pat, I'm about
Take
to
the
turn
sale.
off
They're
Pat's
on
mic
sale.
right now, okay?
They're
So
on
$24.99, guys.
They're
Call me
back up.
416-553-5639. I got small, medium, large, and extra large. Pat's an extra large. He's been working out right now. He's on fire. Wonder Boy, I got your medium, but you're not there yet. But everything's going good. Peter Chavila saying it's not fully Anderson's fault, but some weak goals. Peter, I wish you could be playing right defense like you did for the Woodbridge Strikers your whole career, because I know, oh God, guys, we got Federico Cassano, and the reason why I'm bringing out Federico, because he's a Boston Bruins fan, and me and Federico go way back. Federico, you sound like you're on a song from the Menendez brothers where Ricky Martin came out. Wow, Federico. I'm taking a Kappa type medium, Peter Chavila says. Federico wants to know if I have a Marchand shirt. Yeah, if I was selling hot dogs. That guy's nose is the size of a slide in Waterwalk Kingdom. I said this once. He's a ski lift at Blue Mountain with that schnozzle. Federico, I still love you. You got great hair. And you got a last name of Cassano of the soccer player. So you know what? You're the best too, big guy. Federico, can you put in a sentence, and I want to know this, and I want to be truthful for you because I love you, you're a good guy, I respect you. How growing up in Toronto did you find the way to find the passion for the Boston Bruins? Would you have time type that? I know people from Boston are a little slow, but you're actually from Toronto. You probably could type a little faster. So, oh, we got Lenny, you need an XXXL. Wow, Lenny, you know what? You're on the same diet as me this winter, guys. I was talking to Pat right now, who's benching what, 330 these days?
325.
325. Guys, the way the weather is, before I start working out, the weather's got to give me a little before I start giving some back.
And
I'm
just
not
an
doing
update, Minnesota's up 3-1 on Winnipeg. Looks like everything is going in the right direction.
You know what? That's
Give
a
us
team.
a little bit of hope.
It gives us
Gives us
hope. That's why, Pat, you're on the show here today. That's a
That's
great
right.
freaking point.
It's like Roma giving Juventus hope.
That's it.
The day
Because
before.
that's a great point. Wonder Boy, listen to this. Minnesota's winning the game they have to win. The one game, if they win any game, the first game at home. If the Leafs do the same thing, they go up 3-1 tomorrow. All is good in Leafland. You know? Do you have any in men's sizes? Lenny is a comedian tonight. Yes, Lenny, we got XL, and I know that should fit you. I know you got a big back. I have met you in person. But Lenny, I'll get you an XL, no problem. Wonder Boy, your shirt's in the mail. And guys, we got a petition tomorrow. Get Wonder Boy back in school. He's forgetting dates. He doesn't know what day it is today. The calendar. What are you doing in a regular day now, Wonder Boy?
Right now, I'm just helping my mom with her daycare.
You know, Wonder Boy, you shouldn't have said that on air, but you know what? At the end of the day, Wonder Boy, I love you, and you look like Justin Bieber. You should have said you were saving people from burning houses, Wonder Boy. That's what you should be telling people, okay? I love you, Wonder Boy, and I wish you could be in the game with me tomorrow. Tell everyone how angry you are that you're not coming tomorrow. I want to feel the passion inside you. Tell everybody.
It burns up. Like, just knowing that you're at the game, they're already going to lose because you're 0 for 7 at game.
No, Wonder Boy. But Wonder Boy, when I call you, I said, hey, buddy, how's it going? And then you get those what's up pictures of my tickets in my hands. Tell me what goes through your mind. You there, Wonder Boy?
I hate seeing you go to the game. Just knowing that I can't be there and you can be there, it's just...
Well, Wonder Boy, you know, sometimes you gotta take some steps and learn how to walk on your own, buddy. So I remember Pat, like, he was shoveling driveways before he even had running shoes, and that's why Pat is where he is today. You still think the game's on Tuesday, so I don't know what to tell you, but you're a beautiful person, and I love you. And we started off, Wonder Boy. Let's tell Pat. 31 episodes ago, we actually did an episode where Wonder Boy had to film me 18 times because I was too nervous. When we pre-recorded it, Pat, we pre-recorded the first show. It was 6 minutes long. I read everything from a piece of paper. I didn't look up once. How bad was that episode?
You could not stop laughing. It was terrible.
Look how far technology has come in 6 weeks, guys. Eh?
Look how far we've come in 5 months.
Podcast now. It's not pre-recorded. It's amazing how fast technology
No,
progresses.
but it was actually Wonder Boy's idea to go live on Facebook because I was going to just pre-record it like the basketball games in the 80s and send it out another night.
You're definitely the face and not the not the pushing force behind this show, but we've got to give that credit to Wonder Boy.
Yes, Wonder Boy, definitely. Okay, we got Federico Casana, Bruin fan, because all my family growing up, my cousin Matt Piva and I grew up with it all around us. So, okay, so your family liked the Boston Bruins. Now, answer this question. Is your cousin Ben Affleck or Matt Damon? Do you got family from Boston? Are you a big fan of Good Will Hunting? What is the deal from liking a team from Boston? Like, I can't understand it, Federico. Great last name. Please type that down. It took you about 2 hours to answer that question, but give it down in a little bit less than 3 minutes. Oh, Lenny, he sounds like he wants to kill himself. We got Ralph Sotaro. NG, answer your phone right now. Well, Ralph Sotaro, give a call in. You know what, Wonder Boy? Thank you so much for coming on. I'm going to give our other co-host a shot here and call him in right now. Wonder
Boy helped you start this, and you're just throwing him off for somebody else. Say, Wonder Boy,
Wonder
don't
Boy,
forget that.
you're going to get a big picture of me tomorrow saying, I love you. You know what Justin Bieber does with the hearts of the picture? You're going to get one with me sitting in the first row saying how much I love my nephew, and I love you so much, Bella, okay? Thanks for coming out.
Okay,
I love you, buddy.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Ciao, Wonder Boy.
Okay, let's give... Oh, I can't... What was that? Ralph, is that you?
Yeah.
Ralph, what's going on? Welcome to the show.
Is Pat still there?
He's right beside
How are
me.
you, Ralph?
How much you benching today? What, 450?
Listen, not as much as in my Buonanotte days, but I'm getting ready to open up the next place.
Okay, Ralph, let's get right to it. You're one of the fakest co-hosts in the game, but I love you so much. You're on fire in the streets. Rumors are flying that you might be at the game tomorrow. Are you going to the game tomorrow?
Oh, guys, owner...
Barring my good friend Pat's got to take from it, because apparently my friend Pat owns a...
Are you coming to the game
Dimitri.
tomorrow?
What's up, man?
Not much. You're on JoeyTLive. You have anything to say? I hear...
Live.
Welcome, Dimitri. Guys, we got one of the pillars in our city right now. The guy, when he walks the street, the wind blows when he tells it to blow. Welcome to the show, Dimitri.
He's actually the reason why the Raptors didn't go deep in the playoffs the last few years.
You know what?
They'd be at Lost and Found.
Listen.
They would be at Lost and Found having bottle service. Okay?
Dimitri, I want to ask
He did his best and put them in the corner when Podol was a nobody. Now he's got 3 blocks a game. He's getting like the mid-sized booth now there.
Guys, I want to say something, Dimitri, and I want you to answer. I got a key to the city, but Dimitri's got the locks. And at the end of the day, if you don't get through Dimitri, you're not getting anywhere. Dimitri owns a facility downtown. Dimitri, how do you feel as a Toronto fan when you see it's playoff time and you have someone come walk through your venues? Are you upset? Are you happy? Are you letting them do sit-ups while they drink? What are you doing in your eyes? What are you seeing?
What, Toronto athlete?
Yes.
Comes through while it's playoff time?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's fucking bullshit right there. We don't serve them.
You don't serve it? Well,
I think you should have your bouncers physically escort them out.
well, that would.
And put them in an Uber.
I'd rather have them drink.
Fucking put them in an Uber.
Put them in an Uber. Okay? We're not sponsored by Beck Taxi. If they want to sponsor us, then we would have said put them in a taxi. But for now, we're going to say put them in an Uber, get them home. What are they thinking? What are they thinking? Like LeBron says, you can party afterwards.
That was actually Paul Pierce, but yeah, good point.
LeBron might not take his own advice every time.
But you know what? He's like he's like almost 75% of MJ. So you know MJ could do whatever he wanted and still come to the court and drop 30.
He lost today, right?
He did lose today, but that's not a big deal for him.
Yeah, LeBron lost against Indiana 98-80. They got blown out at home tonight.
He had a triple-double still.
But he's a pad statter.
Came back. They cut it down to like 7 points, and then
It was a close one. No, it was definitely a close one for being down 23. Absolutely.
Dimitri, do you think the Raptors have a good chance of getting out of the East with LeBron struggling today against Indiana?
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Like, I think we got some momentum. I like Drake jumping up and down on the sidelines the whole time. I like all this. Like, we're a movie when we play, so I think maybe that could help us.
Yeah, I'm actually proud of them winning Game 1 for the first time in 10 tries, and I think if we get through Washington, like Nikki said, in 4 to 5 games, we could get them, like, we could go into play Cleveland really fast. So, not bad at all. Okay, guys, I'm going to give...
Come here. Come on the show, bro. Come on the show.
Who's in here now?
OTR here.
Who's this?
Special guest OTR.
No, Nikki. We got our OTR. Nikki, bring that box here, buddy.
OTR delivery. What a time to take off your shoes. Take off the shoes, else you'll never be allowed on the show ever again.
Hey, did you do my drop first? Make sure my stuff's dropped off.
All right, guys, thank you for coming on the show.
We need the OTR box. What
Episode 34.
We want to see you on here.
Episode 34. No, we're done. Do you watch any Leaf sports?
Oh man.
Okay.
That was really sad.
Oh, that's my phone, Nikki. That's my phone. Oh, God.
That was upsetting last night,
Okay,
boys.
come over here.
Where are we going?
Right over here.
Huh?
Come, sit over here. Bring actually the thing, too. Okay, come over
Am I
here.
gonna go there?
Yeah, I'm going to sit right
Let
beside
me
you.
go in there.
Am I back live? Oh, Nick, but you got to put it here. Oh, let me set it up.
Oh man, it's been a long day.
Okay. Oh, camera fell. We're falling apart here. We're falling apart here. You know what? We're done. We're done. I don't know.